Hello and welcome everyone to Let's Play Tomb Raider 4, The Last Revelations, August 115 speaking. This is it, the continuation of the Lost Library, the Hall of Demetrius. Who was Demetrius, you are probably wondering? Well, apparently this guy was a student to Aristotle and the founder of the library in Alexandria. He was, for various political reasons, exiled from Athens, of which he was a sovereign, a ruler in fact. Now I'm not sure if that's supposed to be his portrait, but it... You know what? Again, binocs time. Let's settle this for once and for all. It looks more like... That could be a representation of Hades, because that looks very much like a three-headed dog, a Cerberus next to it. So it could just be a representation of Hades. I'm not sure why exactly. So what do we have on this side over here? I mean, could be Osiris before he was mummified, but maybe that's, an actual representation of one of the Ptolemies of the time. I really have no idea. Anyway, the portraits don't really give you any hint or suggestion as to where you should go, to the right or to the left. But I'm gonna give you that suggestion. To the left is the way to... So here's the thing. Is the way to exit the level. I wanted to say to continue, but in fact to the left is a completely optional area, which if you miss out on, you're gonna miss out on a lot. On the right here is a very small room which I'm gonna show you straight away, which contains a single key item. Now this key item is something like a sibling to one we picked up in the Lost Library, so let me explain. This is the Pharaoh's Knot. Yeah, it does actually look like a knot, so I'm happy with that. Let's take a closer look at it. So this is a Pharaoh's Knot. In the Lost Library we picked up Pharaoh's Pillar. You need both of these key items, they basically are keys that you will insert into a particular pedestal, in order to open up an entrance inside the temple of Pharaoh's Temple of Isis, and that leads into Cleopatra's palaces. So that will be basically the last two levels of Alexandria we will tackle. So once you have these items, you can pretty much go to coastal ruins and, be about your business. But what if I was to tell you that there is a faster way to get to coastal ruins? And in fact, the faster way is the secret, the one and only secret in coastal ruins. It's much easier to show you than to explain, so if you don't want to go through the Lost Library and the Temple of Poseidon to the coastal ruins, which by the way, if you just do that, it's a very short trip, which is absolutely fascinating and mind-blowing, considering what a long level the Lost Library was, but, we were exploring all the side doors around the atrium, but the entrance is just over there. By the way, this door will never open, it's just for decorational purposes. But yeah, so if you want, you can do that to enter coastal ruins, but I'm gonna show you something far more interesting, because if you don't go up here, you will miss out on an absolutely badass cutscene. Let me show you.
The tablet was returned to the sands that had spawned it beneath the citadel.
Of Saladin in ancient Cairo, foretelling of the time in the distant millennia when the stars of Orion come together. The ceremony is performed and set entombed.
Hello, my dear. Another unannounced visit. I see you have found the scroll we unearthed. Interesting reading, yeah?
Only interesting if you know what it refers to.
Yes, quite correct, my dear. The armor on its own is no more than a curiosity, but with the amulet and the ceremonial tablet, it becomes an important historical artifact, predating the Bible by centuries.
There is more at stake here than the sum of the pieces, Von Croy. Ever heard of Armageddon? Unpleasant, even by your standards.
Rebinding the spirit of Set, putting the armor on the statue at midnight at the turn of the millennium, so on and such like. I was never a believer in this magical hocus pocus. Fools after her!
Yes, finally, Von Croy, ever the unbeliever in magical hocus pocus. Well, he'll know better than that. First of all, let's get a grenade launcher ready for something truly spectacular. That's one, that's two, and that's three stooges. all blown away by a single grenade. I just, this is completely unnecessary, but I can't pass by that opportunity. You can take them down individually with your shotgun or Uzis, but oh, that's a lot of ammunition. Come on, it's 3 for the strike of 1, for the cost of 1 grenade. How can you say no to that? And the fleshy body parts just lying around. I'm sorry, there was something hilarious about that. So, yeah, Von Croy doesn't believe in all this stuff. Lara does. She's been reading too much into what Semerk had left behind. Now, over here is where they entered from, but it's actually dead end, some secret entrance probably closed behind them or some such thing. This is what Jean-Yves warned us about, that they found another entrance into the Lost Library. Shame we didn't know about it, but there you are. Interesting thing that the cutscene has shown was Von Croy, covering behind this scroll case over here. So how do we open it up? If you take a closer look at your surroundings, come on, you will see the scratch marks, right? So what you basically need to do is push this lamp forward, just 1 tile, over in that direction. I don't know how Von Croy managed to pull it back whilst also hiding behind the bookcase. I guess it doesn't matter, but there it is. It opens inside, strangely enough. And yeah, over here is an entrance into the coastal ruins. It's a one-way entrance. You cannot use it to get back up because it constitutes a drop into a pool. Nevertheless, the moment you will appear above or in that tile, the level ends, and you will find yourself in the coastal ruins, welcomed by the sweet secret chime. That will be the first secret of coastal ruins. It's just a very strange connection. If you for whatever reason don't want to, trigger the cutscene with Von Croy here, Lara being sassy, deal with 3 assassins and find a secret, you can always completely ignore this side of the Hall of Demetrius and return to the Lost Library, Temple of Poseidon and Coastal Ruins that way. But also if you do that, you will not be able to trigger a new conversation with Jean-Yves. So coming here gets you a cool cutscene, kills, a secret, and also a new conversation with Jean-Yves. So, depending on what you're after, this is better, and even if you're speedrunning, this is still a shortcut. So there are only advantages to doing here, but again, it's not necessary. Now, another thing I want to point out, let's look at the statistics screen. This was the Hall of Demetrius. We have found only 1 item, we have killed all 3 enemies, and we have found 0 secrets, although I'm gonna include a link in the description of the video to finding out what's behind this scroll case, because it leads to the first secret of the next video. Interesting thing about that secret, you can pretty much from the coastal ruins come back here through the Temple of Poseidon and the Lost Library into the Hall of Demetrius and use this shortcut to enter the coastal ruins again. And guess what will happen? Each time you do this, you will be awarded by 1 secret count, meaning that you can retrigger this secret indefinitely and artificially increase your total secrets count. I have no idea why you want to do that, but if you're in the habit of lying to your friends and want to make a screenshot to impress everyone and about how you found all the secrets without actually finding all the secrets, I guess that's one way to go about it. But yeah, it's just an interesting thing I found out. You can basically retrigger and drop from here into coastal ruins over and over and over, and each time you will get a secret count. Now, of course I'm not going to do that because I want to keep the count accurate. Saying that, let me make a save here at the end of the very short but very very badass level, and I will see you guys next time in the coastal ruins.